Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. I wanted to start off the Monday strong by getting straight into some XRP analysis for you guys. This is my most important XRP video that I will ever make because this is going to be the last time that I update before we see a major breakout coming in the market structure. After the recent breakout that we saw in Bitcoin, it's important that we understand that the rest is going to be following suit into the altcoins, and we need to understand that now is the time to be finding our positions, now is the time to be finding how we're going to be trading the next cycle and actually diving into the market as we speak. XRP has been one of my biggest altcoin positions for a long period of time now, and I have been adding to my margin longs since 16.5 cents. I am in profit in all of my longs, and I'm looking to capitalize on this immense opportunity. And you guys have the opportunity of catching a truly rare market cycle. XRP has been one of the biggest leaders of cryptocurrency ever since that it's been around, and this one offers some of the bigger ROIs out of all of the other high cap coins. By going through and analyzing this market structure for you guys today, you guys are going to perfectly understand why XRP is a good buy, why this is going to perform some of the best out of the entire cycle, and how we can actually go about structuring our trading plan today. We've got a lot of market cycles to talk about. We've got a lot of analysis to talk about because I am going all in with this one. I wanted to make this video for everybody in XRP community that could share this to their friends that was maybe on the fence about getting invested, because this video is going to perfectly explain all of the details onto why I'm such a big long-term investor into XRP. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Make sure that you guys click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. And always remember, guys, I have the fastest growing and the very best Discord community out there, and I would love to have you guys join. It's free for anybody that wants to. We're so close to 12,000 members, and it's growing so rapidly. I cannot even believe it. All you guys got to do to join is click in the description of this video, and there you're going to find the invitation link to my Discord server. Click on that. It'll redirect you to my server. Once you guys have access, I also offer my more exclusive content like the video course in Signal. So if you're somebody that wants to copy my 20-part video series that's going to teach you guys all of the skills required to profiting inside of this market, or if you're somebody that wants to copy all of my long-term portfolio along with the trades that I take over this cycle, make sure that you guys stay all the way to the end of this video because I'm going to be taking a couple minutes to explain how you guys can sign up, the pros for doing so, and what it's going to take to get you guys going today. Alright guys, we've got a lot of really exciting things to talk about. I've actually been saving this analysis specifically, waiting for Bitcoin to break out, and so now that we got this, you guys are really in for a treat. So without further ado, let's jump right in the video today. Alrighty guys, so to start off this video, we're going to be looking at the shorter time frames for XRP, and then we're going to further on this analysis by diving out and looking at the macro view. Now, what I wanted to update you guys with on the shorter time frames really quickly is just how close we are to actually breaking from this major descending resistance that we've had for so long. You know guys, XRP is a solid investment. Not only is XRP one of the fastest cryptocurrencies, but it's also been one of the cryptos that have been around throughout all of Bitcoin cycles. XRP has been around since 2013, and so it's one of the older cryptos. It's maintained a top 3 status in market cap throughout the entire duration of it being here, which is just further confirmation to me that it's going to continue to perform really well. XRP has been the laggard, and it always has been the laggard. That's what people fail to realize. XRP is usually the last one to pump, and because of that, so many people have actually panic sold their XRP. They've sold their XRP at these really low levels only to FOMO buy into Chainlink, and other cryptocurrencies that have already started pumping. And so this is why I wanted to make this video, is because I see so many people making grave mistakes. Not only are they panic selling their XRP at a very low support level at the very terminal end of its correction, but they're also going and flipping those losses into a coin that's already pumped so much. They're really going to miss out on a huge opportunity with XRP, because the thing about XRP, guys, is, you know, obviously it's not necessarily the strength in which we're buying, because in this bear market, XRP has had one of the worst looking consolidations because it's just gone lower, and it had a very volatile bear market. Now, what's important to understand is because of that, so many people have written it off entirely. But the thing about XRP, guys, is you just don't see these same profit potential with the other high caps. For XRP, from where we're at today, just to go to the all-time high, you're looking at about 16x returns. So to put that into perspective, if you invested $100 today and it went into its all-time high and you sold for a 16x return, you would have $1,700. Technically, it'd be $1,600 profit, but you would have $1,700 counting your initial investment of $100. Where can you go and invest $100 and turn it into $1,700? You cannot do that anywhere else. And we have this opportunity with XRP. And if we look at this, guys, this is our descending resistance. Every time we hit this level, we drop lower, and we are about to break outside of that. Bitcoin already broke out of its major downtrend. That's what's important to understand. Now XRP is just lagging right behind, and we're going to be seeing the same thing unfolding very soon. Now, this is what takes me to this part of the analysis, and this is the fractal. Now, we're going to be going through and looking at the fractal. We're going to also be looking at the silver chart, and then we're going to be looking at the Bitcoin pair as well, because all three of these are super, super important, guys. And I'm going to be going and unloading all of my exclusive analysis that I've made for XRP is all going to be included into this one video. So all of the cool analysis that I've made for you guys since watching my channel, I'm going to be talking about every single reason why you should buy XRP in this video today, because this is the type of video that you want to send to your friends. This is the type of video that if you have people that you know are on the fence about investing into crypto, maybe you told them about XRP and they just aren't fully convinced yet, this is the video that you send to those friends and you say, listen to what this guy has to say, because he's going to perfectly explain to you why you need to invest into crypto, specifically XRP today, because XRP is a leader of the market, guys. It's maintained a top 3 status since 2013. There is no other altcoins that have really done that without the track record, maybe excluding Ethereum. Now, this is so important, because if we look at this pattern right here, this is the last cycle. So if we go back and look at, this is about 2014. Technically, there is a little bit more price structure, but we're only going to be taking it from here. So 2014 to current day, we're going to analyze this pattern, because this is a pattern that's repeated every single time inside of XRP. And if you would have understood this pattern, you would have had the opportunity to buy and make a significant amount of money over that course of that bull run. And we're doing it again, guys. We're doing it again. Not only do we have this opportunity in the last cycle, but we're getting it again for a second time. If you did, in fact, actually miss out on the last cycle, which I didn't. I actually got in way back in here, but I didn't have the full round knowledge that I do now to capitalize on this type of bull run. I capitalized on it and I made money, but it wasn't the amount that I could have made by just investing, dollar cost averaging, and holding. And so that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys about today. Now, in the way that these cycles work is XRP goes through 3 impulse pumps. And that's what these green boxes are. Impulse pump 1, correction, impulse pump 2, correction, impulse 3 pump here. And then we start the bear market decline, right? And so here we go through the bear market decline. This red line is our downtrend. In a downtrend, you have lower lows and lower highs. So lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. These are all lower highs until finally we hit this point where the price actually breaks outside of this downtrend. So when you have a downtrend, every time price hits this level, it falls lower, right? This time, price actually broke outside of that downtrend, and that is what you call a confirmed trend reversal. Anytime you have a downtrend or an uptrend, and that trend line is broken by price distancing itself outside of that, the parameters, that shows you that the trend was reversed and you're about to see the opposite effect. So in this case, this was a bearish trend. Every time we hit this, we went lower. This is the confirmational breakout that we got. We broke out of that downtrend. And then this is where we go for one more sell-off. Oftentimes this happens. Sometimes when you get a market that breaks out of a downtrend, so let's say that we have this downtrend here. We have a market that we keep getting hit and going down and falling lower in this downtrend. But finally, we break out of that downtrend. And instead of just immediately going up and just going into price discovery, we actually sell off to retest that support level one more time. Only this time, instead of it acting as trending resistance, it's acting as trending support right here, and then we bounce up and start a new bull trend, right? This is oftentimes something that happens inside of the markets. In this case, it was XRP. We broke out of the bull trend or the bear trend, but instead of going bullish, we ended up selling off to retest that previous descending resistance and support one more time, and then we got price discovery, and we repeat this cycle all over again. So 3 impulse waves. Impulse wave 1, correction, impulse wave 2, correction, impulse wave 3, correction. And then we get the cycle high, right? And then this is where we repeat the exact same process all over again. This is just a bigger pattern of this, guys. And we are about to do the exact same thing. We're about to have a huge price expansion where we can make millions and millions and millions of dollars. I am going to make millions and millions of dollars. Whether you guys follow along with me is totally up to you, but I'm just explaining to you guys how I've made a lot of money in the past, how the markets are setting up again, and how you guys have the opportunity of making a lot of money right now. And so if we go and actually analyze the same pattern again, we get the same exact correlations here. You know, in the bear trend, lower lows, lower highs. Every time we hit this trend, we drop lower. We drop lower, lower, until finally right here we get a breakout of that bear trend. And it even looks exactly the same as here. There's really no difference. We get the same rounded structure that takes place, kind of like this flat lining right before the breakout of that trend. Same thing happened right here. Then we broke out. And then based off of this, we get one more sell-off to the trending support to retest that resistance that's now acting as support right here. And literally the exact same thing is happening today, guys. We broke out of the trend. We broke out of the bear trend. We sold off to retest the trending support, the final sell-off of this move, and we are now starting the breakout on the upside, guys. This is what I've been updating you guys with for a significant period of time. I've been so adamant about telling you guys that this is the fractal that we're going to see. And when it happens, it's going to leave people behind. And so the only way that you're actually going to be able to capitalize on this is to be dollar cost averaging right now or throughout this bear market. You know, I'm actually in profit in all of my XRP, finally. Well, technically I'm at break even. But XRP was the last cryptocurrency out of my 5 long-term holds that was the only one that wasn't in profit. It is now at break even finally, and now that means every one of my cryptos is at least in break even or in profit since 2019, which is super important, guys. And this is only going to continue to play out for XRP because, you know, just like the last cycle, we're going to see something play out very, very similar. And that's why it's so important that we're taking the steps required to make the profit beforehand. So if we actually just take this chart, we're going to start to see, you know, how this could potentially play out. So this is kind of what I'd been watching for. I don't really know if it's going to get quite as parabolic. We might have a little bit of a bigger correction somewhere in between here. But this is kind of what I'm watching out for, guys. Nonetheless, this is what I've been kind of expecting to see play out for a while now. Because I've actually been expecting price targets of about $28. $20 to $30 per XRP is where I'm actually going to be looking to take profits. That's a price target. I'm really taking profits based off of time frames, which is another really cool thing that we could get into real quick before we jump into our other comparisons. Because this is going to be a long video, guys. I'm going to be going through and analyzing a lot of market structure with XRP because I really wanted you guys to be able to have the opportunity of capitalizing on this massive mover. Because the XRP, when this thing pumps, it happens instantaneously. If you weren't prepared beforehand, you will not make the opportunity of catching that rise. And in fact, you're just going to end up FOMOing in when I'm going to be selling and when the rest of the smart money's selling their profits, right? Now, if we come through here, I'm actually going to layer. We're going to go through 3-year increments here. So 3-year increments, you can perfectly show where we're at in the XRP cycle. So the first cycle, or the first line is going to be the cycle top, right? This is the very top of the bull cycle. So we're going to label this one red. So this was our cycle top. This is year number 1, and we can see that this is January 1st of 2015. So we're just going to label it based off the New Year's. Now, a year from advance takes us to the midway point in this cycle. So that would be 2016 right here. And we're going to label this one yellow because it's the in-between. Well, we're actually going to label this one orange because it's the in-between stage. And then we get another year, which takes us to the end of this correction. And so this is the 3-part equation that I've been updating you guys with inside of XRP. We're going to label this one green because this is right before the major breakout happens. Well, let's change that color up a bit. And so this is the way that we get the 3-step equation. We get the step 1, which is the cycle high, happens at the new year. We get step 2, which is the midway point of the cycle, also happens at the new year. And then we get step 3, which is the terminal end of the bear market correction before we start the massive breakout, which is also at January 1st. And we can break these cycles down in these 3-year increments. And we actually see the same thing happen this time around, guys. Not only does the price structure look exactly the same, very little difference at all, but not only that, but the time frames line up exactly too. So in this case, we get the cycle high. This is red. Oh, what do you know? January 1st is the exact cycle high again. Okay, well, let's go to the midpoint. 1 year from that takes us to January 1st of 2019. We're going to label this one orange. And then we get the midway point. This is the midway point right before we get the breakout of that bear trend right here. Same thing happens right here, right? And then this is what takes us to year 3, which is really interesting because year 3 is the terminal end of our correction where we start the real bull run, right? And that's exactly what we saw here. In the last cycle, when we hit this year 3, where we got the new year, in 2017, we ended up making one quick bull trap right here. We impulse a little bit, but then we sold off to new lows, right? We got a quick bull trap, and then we rejected for one more final low before breaking out and going into new all-time highs. Look at what's happening today, guys. Look at what's happening today. Year 3, bull trap, sell off for one more low. Oh, what's happening here? Bull trap, sell for one more low. Same thing happened here. And now what is about to start and what is playing out right now as we speak? Oh, wait, price discovery. Yes, that is exactly where we're at inside of this cycle, guys. It is so important that we pay attention to these things because for me, guys, XRP was a no-brainer for my investment portfolio because of how identical it actually looked to the last cycle. You just don't find market cycles that play out and look exactly the same each and every cycle. It doesn't happen very often, but with cryptos, it is a little bit different. Bitcoin is the heartbeat of the cryptocurrency cycle, and the altcoins are going to follow suit. So each and every cycle, we have altcoins that pop off, and the best performing altcoins look a lot like XRP. They just create these big expansive cycles, and we have the opportunity of making a lot of money. Now, quickly, before we jump into the Bitcoin pair, let's talk about the silver chart, because this is a really important chart to look at. So this is just the XRP chart, right? This is just the XRP chart, but I've actually gone, and if we actually take a look at the silver chart, let's go take a look at it so you guys can actually understand what the heck I'm even talking about, because maybe you guys that haven't looked at the silver chart before. So this is the chart of silver, guys. This was clear back from the 1970s, clear to the early 2000s, right? Where silver peaked at about $41, crashed all the way down to about $3 to $4 per ounce, and then rounded out to go to a new price discovery upwards of $50 per ounce, right? And so this was the silver fractal or the silver market cycle that happened, and it looks exactly the same as XRP today. Not only does XRP follow the same fractal of the last cycle itself, but if we actually take a look at XRP and overlay the silver fractal, you guys are actually going to start to see that it looks exactly the same. There's virtually no difference here. Exactly the same chart, which is why there's just so many reasons to be bullish, guys. I mean, if you're bearish right now on XRP, you're really shooting yourself in the foot, and that's about the most obvious term I could put it, because I just don't understand how somebody could look at these charts and then still assume that we're bearish, especially when Bitcoin's breaking out, especially when many altcoins have been breaking out for a long time. Look at Chainlink, look at Tezos, look at Lend, look at some of these DeFi coins. Guys, I'm here explaining this to you, but you should really just be able to see this for yourself because it's pretty obvious to me. And so if we actually take a look here, guys, we're going to see that this is following the exact same accumulation pattern. The same lower lows, the same lower highs, the same choppy action, even the same lows down in here. It looks the same, guys. And what is going to be coming for XRP is going to be this major bull run, right? Which is super important to understand because a bull run like this inside of XRP is a lot of money. That's the thing that you're not understanding here. For where we're at today, assuming we follow this cycle, you're going to be looking at like an over 20x return. Because if we look at the actual chart over here, assuming that XRP's price breaks all-time highs, we head towards $5 to $10, you're going to be looking at about a 20 to a 40x return just in that one move. And what we're seeing right now in XRP, just to the all-time high was a 16x return. If this thing breaks its all-time high, which I expect it to do, you're going to be looking at 20x plus. Where is there a market where you can make a 20x return in less than a year? I don't see it out there. You don't find it very often. And this is the opportunity that we have with these cryptocurrencies, with these altcoins. And that's why I wanted to make this video, is to just map out all of this, guys. If we just take a look at face value and we pay attention to what we're seeing, it's very obvious what the direction of the trend is moving. It's very obvious that gold's breaking all-time highs, silver's breaking its multi-year accumulation structure, Bitcoin's breaking its multi-year accumulation structure. We have silver, we have Ethereum, we have all of these cryptos and doing this, and now XRP is just kind of lagging behind. But XRP is following not only the same cycle that it had in the last cycle, but it's following the silver chart identically. I just don't understand how somebody could be bearish. I don't get it, honestly. Now, before we wrap up the video, guys, we have one final chart here. And if you, by the end of this video, if you are still bearish, then there's no saving you. Unsubscribe from the channel right now. And never look back, because you're going to really be angry at yourself for missing out on this financial opportunity that we have here. So let's go through and remove the drawing. Let's go through and remove the volume. we're going to analyze this fractal, because not only does the dollar have a fractal, not only does it look like it's following the silver fractal, but the Bitcoin pair is also following a fractal here. And the fractal is the same one as the last cycle. So let's go through here. I'm going to go through and analyze that this entire move here, take that away, this entire move here is just a repeat of this entire move that we're seeing here. Right? And so these are just two repeations of the same cycle. This one just got bigger. So we can see that we make the bull run and then we top out, right? And then we start to sell off. We get our first A, B, C correction back down. So A, B, and then C. This takes us to our lowest support level. And then we get our next rally. This rally doesn't quite break all-time highs. It comes up to retest the previous cycle highs. And then we start selling off. We hit this midway point, lots of resistance. And then we just sell off for new lows, right? We go through this long, sideways, slow, drawn-out accumulation before finally prices just explode. And then we repeat the cycle over again. So just like the last cycle, we get the bull run, and then we get the cycle high. Bull run, cycle high. And then we get this short-term correction back down, A, B, C. And then this is where we go to the lowest point of the cycle before making our bull trap back up. Same thing happens here. This one actually breaks the all-time high, whereas this one didn't, but it doesn't really matter. And then we start the sell-off back down. We sell off, and then we hit this resistance cluster right here. It even looks the same. Looks like this little inverse head and shoulder type thing that didn't play out. And then we sell off and go through this long, slow, drawn-out accumulation, right? This is literally just a repeating of the last cycle. There's not a lot of difference here, and that's why I genuinely believe that we're going to see the same thing play out once again. And we have this opportunity of still buying it before it gets too crazy. And that's personally what I'm going to be watching out for in this cycle, is just for us to be following and repeating the same sort of structure that we got in that last cycle. I still think that we could go a little lower. For me, I still think that we could wind up down at about 14,000 Satoshis before we do get that breakout. But either way, I do expect that we're going to see something along the lines of this. Another major big impulse, and we'll just repeat the same fractal again, and then we'll do it again. This will just become another bigger expansive pattern. That's the way that these Bitcoin cycles work, guys. They literally just repeat the same big expansive patterns over and over and over again. We literally saw it with the last cycle. We're repeating the same expansive pattern again. Not only that, but we're following the silver chart identically. There's so many reasons to be bullish right now, and that's why it's important that we focus on the long term. We focus on not the fact that XRP's had such a gnarly bear market, but focus on the fact that XRP has been one of the best performing crypto assets throughout all of crypto history. On top of that, it has some of the most partnerships out of any other crypto out there. On top of that, it has real partnerships with government agencies, and it has that type of assurity that, you know, if adoption takes place, XRP is going to be one that already has the framework and the legislation to get that job going, because I think that it's already pretty much approved from this point. And so if there was ever a coin that's developed, that's not very risky, it's XRP, in my opinion. A lot of people say the opposite because of how bad the bear market was. But the thing is, guys, the people that are saying how risky XRP is because of how much it crashed just shows that those people aren't on the winning mindset of the market, because this is where you want to be greedy. You want to be greedy as hell right now when the markets are this cheap, because what happens is this. You don't want to get greedy when everybody else is, well, when smart money's selling. You want to be greedy when everybody else is fearful. That's the biggest rule to investing in market cycles. Be greedy when everyone else is fearful. Right now, everybody's so fearful because of XRP, how bad it's crashed. Everybody sees altcoins popping off and XRP's lagging behind. They're panic selling. They're FOMOing into these other alts. It's the same universal concepts that just get portrayed every cycle. And I'm not one of them, guys. I learned my lesson from the last cycle. I bought pumps. I panic sold dumps. I lost money. I made money. But this time around, I'm only making money. And that's my only focus right now. XRP's been a performing altcoin throughout all of history. It's been the best performing and in that top 3 status. And so for that, I'm going to continue to average into that position. I'm not going to listen to the FUD. You guys have already seen all of my videos on this channel. You guys know how good my calls have been from the past. Just go back, watch my videos. It's a talking mission statement itself. Or I should say it's a walking, talking case study itself. All you guys got to do is just watch my old videos, look at all the coins that I've been talking about, find one of those that isn't pumped. I dare you. I just don't think there is any. We're just making all of this money, which is why before we wrap up this video, let's talk about how you guys can sign up for the video course and signals for you guys that actually waited this long. Because, you know, guys, when you get into this market, you're either going to pay the market fee in losses or you're going to pay somebody to teach you how to do it right. And for me, I paid the market fee in losses and I paid other people to teach me how to do it right. So I kind of had to do both of those. And what I learned really was the fact that, you know, when you come into this market, it's so volatile that if you don't know how to trade these markets, you don't have any prior experience, you aren't going to make money. Unless you're just buying and holding, you'll make some money. But the problem is you don't know when to take profits. You don't know how to rediversify your portfolio. You don't know which coins are good, which coins are bad. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys in the 20-part video series. So the video course is going to go through all of my strategies for profiting off crypto. You're going to go through some basics like support and resistance, trend lines. You're going to go into some more intermediate stuff like Fibonacci, and then we're going to dive into some more advanced stuff like trading plans, risk management, and all of those types of things. And so it's a really good all-around course for new people that want to just learn how to trade these markets, how to invest in these markets at their own pace. You know, all of the things that I learned from paying for courses, paying for mentorship are going to be taught to you guys in that video series. And it's a lot less than what I paid for the other courses that I paid for. So it's a really good deal. I wouldn't have made it if I didn't think that you guys were getting an excellent deal out of it. And so, you know, you guys are really going to want to check that out if you want to actually learn how to profit inside of these markets by yourself. Now, for the people that would rather just copy my portfolio, 80% of my portfolio just goes to long-term holds that I'm just sitting on. I'm not even doing anything with. And then I take an additional 20% of my portfolio to use to short-term swing trading opportunities. So if you're, no matter what type of person you are, whether you're somebody that only wants swing trading opportunities or whether you're somebody that only wants long-term, you guys are still going to be able to copy and follow along with all the trades that I take. I post them all in a private server on Discord, which you guys get access to. You guys can purchase them together or separate. It's $1,000 each. It's a lifetime membership. You guys can buy them together, which is $2,000, or separate $1,000. And then also, guys, I wanted to say that, you know, in the signals, we've had a lot of really good, successful trades going off. It's been shooting fish in a barrel. You just buy one, it pumps, buy another, it pumps, buy another, it pumps. And so you guys are getting in a really good point. You're basically in at the ground floor before we experience the bulk of this bull run. And so, in my opinion, it really does pay to get into my signals because you guys are going to know from all of the top coins that I find throughout all of the exchanges I study, throughout all of the insider information I know from other influencers that give me information. It's all going to be taught to you guys through here. And so I really do recommend checking that out. Make some profits. Come check it out. I accept crypto. I accept credit or debit. All you guys got to do to join is click in the description of this video. There you're going to find the invitation link to my Discord. Once you guys have access, just shoot me a message or shoot any of the 6 moderators a message, and I will be here to help you guys get started on the right path today. Now, with that being said, guys, you can also reach out on email, Facebook, or Instagram, and even Twitter. All of that is going to be in the description of this video, so just check that out, reach out to me, and let's get you guys going and getting started on this massive profitability wave that we're experiencing right now today. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and with that all being said, I'll catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.